Today we are looking at compounds, mixtures, as well as looking into chemical change. So let us first of all look at what compounds are. But before we look at what compounds are, I am going to remind you what an element is, because for us to understand what are compounds, we have to understand what an element is, because elements come together to form compounds. So an element contains one kind of an atom. In other words, when we talk about elements, we are talking about a substance that is only made up of one kind of an atom. It is pure. It is not a mixture. It is not a compound. So an element will contain only one kind of an atom. Now let us look at a compound. A compound is made up when more than one element come together and react chemically, then they will form a compound. So a compound is made up of different elements which will bond together. We are going to further look at the types of bonding to form different kinds of compounds. We have got millions of compounds in existence, and we are going to look at different kinds of compounds. But today, let us look at the compound water as well as the compound carbon dioxide to start with. So water is a compound where two hydrogen elements will bond with an oxygen element. So we have got an oxygen element bonding with two hydrogen elements to form water. And carbon dioxide is a compound where two oxygen elements will bond with one carbon element to form carbon dioxide. So that is the chemical name of carbon dioxide, and that is the chemical name for water. So compounds are described by the elements that bond together to form them. That is what describes compounds. For example, here we have got two hydrogen elements bonding with an oxygen element to form our compound water. So the chemical name for the compound describes the reaction that happened for the compound to be formed. And we have got two oxygen elements bonding with a carbon element to form the gas compound carbon dioxide. Right. One thing to note is that on the formation of carbon dioxide, carbon and oxygen react together to form carbon dioxide. But sometimes carbon and oxygen will react to form a toxic gas or a toxic compound called carbon monoxide. For the formation of carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, it all depends on the availability of oxygen. So the availability of oxygen determines what is formed. Sometimes it can be carbon monoxide, sometimes it can be carbon dioxide. So in my next video, we are going to discuss about chemical change.